A guided contemplation on awareness. Take a moment to arrive. Allow the body to settle into a position where the effort of holding yourself can ease. Lying down or seated comfortably, supported. There is nothing you need to accomplish here, nothing to fix, nothing to understand. This is a period of deliberate rest. If it feels natural, gently close the eyes. If the eyes remain open, let the gaze soften and rest. Notice that experience is already happening. Sounds may be present. Sensations may be present. Thoughts may be present. None of this needs to change. Before we go further, it may help to set an orientation, not a goal. The orientation here is curiosity, a gentle interest in how experience organizes itself when effort subsides. Words will be used during this practice, but they're not explanations. They're not final descriptions. They're simply the best tools we have given the limits of language and the way the mind organizes experience. If at any point the words feel imprecise or inadequate, that is not a mistake. It often means something quieter and deeper is already taking place. You don't need to follow every word. Something deeper than conscious understanding is already listening. Bring attention gently to the body as a whole. Notice where the body meets the surface beneath you, the weight of the body being supported. You don't need to hold yourself up. Gravity is already doing that work. Allow the face to soften. The jaw unclenches. The tongue rests. Let the shoulders release downward. If there is an impulse to adjust or improve the posture, notice that impulse and see if it can settle on its own. There's no ideal position, only the position that is here. Notice that breathing is happening. You don't need to control the breath. You don't need to deepen it or slow it. The body knows how to breathe. Let the breath remain in the background, like a quiet rhythm supporting everything else. If the breath changes, let it change. As we continue, notice how language behaves. Words arrive after experience has already begun. They divide what is continuous. They name what is fluid. This isn't a problem to solve. If understanding loosens, if meaning becomes fuzzy or indistinct, allow that. This practice is not anchored in explanation. It's anchored in experience. Notice whether the body is settling more fully now. Perhaps muscles soften. Perhaps the sense of the body's edges become less defined. Or perhaps restlessness remains. But either way, awareness is present. Nothing needs to improve for this to be working. Now, gently, without effort, allow a question to enter the background of awareness. When we are in deep rest, where are we? Don't try to answer this. Let the question hover quietly, like an echo. Thoughts may respond. Images may appear. Let them come and go. The question is not aimed at thought. It is aimed at experience itself. Notice whether there is a clear sense of location. There may be sensations in the body, sounds in the environment, thoughts moving through. But where is all this happening? Inside? Outside? Or does that distinction feel less clear than usual? You don't need to decide. Simply notice whether the sense of being somewhere is as solid as it normally seems. In deep rest, the usual coordinates of experience often soften. This softening is not a loss. It's a loosening. At times, awareness may feel like something you're doing. You may notice yourself being aware, attentive, open, present. This is a genuine experience, a real mode of mind. It belongs to the level of thought, reflection, and observation. The mind noticing itself. Nothing wrong with this. It's often how practice begins. But yet, notice something subtler. Even the sense of being aware is appearing. Awareness itself does not seem to require effort. It's already present. Before attention engages and after it relaxes. Here, awareness is no longer something you're doing. It is simply what being is, not as an idea, not as a belief, but as the quiet fact that experience is happening at all. There is no need to resolve this into one interpretation. At one level, You may be being aware. At another, deeper level, being itself is awareness. Let both remain. This gentle tension, this unresolved dialectic, belongs to the mind's natural way of approaching its own limits. You don't need to push past it. Just rest here. Much of what happens in deep rest does not announce itself. Patterns may loosen. Expectations may soften. Narratives may temporarily release their grip. You don't need to notice this happening for it to happen. Just as the body heals during sleep, the mind reorganizes itself without conscious supervision. Your role is to simply rest. Notice the sense of openness around experience. Thoughts arise and dissolve. Sensations shift. Sounds come and go. Yet something remains constant. Not as an object, not as a thing, simply as awareness itself. Rest there. Now, gradually, begin to notice the environment again. Sounds in the room, the temperature of the air. Notice the body more distinctly, its weight, its contact with the surface beneath. Let the sense of being a body in a world reassemble slowly. Before returning fully, gently visit the question once more. When we are in deep rest, where are we? Notice whether the question feels different now. Not answered, just quieter. Awareness is not something you enter and leave. It is present in rest, in movement, in thought, and in the activity of ordinary life. When you feel ready, begin small movements. Fingers and toes, perhaps a gentle stretch. If the eyes are closed, allow them to open softly. Take a moment before moving on. Let this rest accompany you, not as a state to preserve, but as a background to living.